The sleek, shiny spaceship descended gracefully into Willowbrook, just outside town. A gentle hum emanated from its engines as it settled on the grassy field, causing a mild stir among the locals. The hatch opened, and a ramp extended to the ground. "Welcome to Earth, Ambassador Zarak," John Wilson exclaimed, holding a handmade sign that read, "Earth welcomes you." Zarak, an alien diplomat with multiple tentacles and a highly analytical mind, cautiously stepped out. His tentacles twitched with curiosity as he took in the sight of the smiling family before him. John, a friendly, middle-aged man with a warm smile, stood beside his wife, Emily, a kind-hearted woman with an aura of calmness. Their children, Jenny and Max, watched with wide eyes. "I'm honored to be here," Zarak responded, his voice a mix of mechanical tones and clicks. He extended a tentacle, which John shook enthusiastically. As they walked towards the Wilsons' house, Zarak observed the surroundings with interest. The neatly trimmed lawns, white picket fences, and friendly neighbors waving from their porches were a stark contrast to the sterile, controlled environments he was used to. "Please, make yourself at home," Emily said, opening the door to their cozy, welcoming home. The aroma of freshly baked cookies wafted through the air, making Zarak's sensory nodes twitch in confusion and delight. Max tugged at Zarak's tentacle. "Do you like cookies, Mr. Zarak?" Zarak's analytical mind struggled with the concept of cookies, but he replied, "I would like to try one." Jenny handed him a cookie, and he gingerly took a bite. The sweetness was overwhelming, yet surprisingly pleasant. "This is quite an experience," he said, eliciting laughter from the family. The day continued with Zarak learning more about human customs and their peculiar ways. As the sun set, casting a warm glow over the neighborhood, Zarak felt a strange sense of comfort and curiosity about these humans and their world. The next afternoon, the Wilsons hosted a backyard barbecue to introduce Zarak to their neighbors. The smell of sizzling meat filled the air as John manned the grill, flipping burgers and hot dogs with expert precision. The backyard was decorated with colorful lanterns, and a picnic table was laden with various dishes. "Try this hot dog, Zarak. It's a human delicacy," John said, handing Zarak a plate. Zarak examined the hot dog, his tentacles struggling to hold the bun properly. He glanced around and mimicked the humans, taking a tentative bite. The mixture of flavors and textures was a sensory overload, but he found himself enjoying it. "This is unique," Zarak said, his tentacles wiggling in what the Wilsons interpreted as amusement. As the evening progressed, neighbors mingled and chatted, curious about the alien visitor. Zarak found himself the center of attention, answering questions about his home planet and his purpose on Earth. "What's the most surprising thing you've encountered so far?" one neighbor asked. Zarak thought for a moment. "Human hospitality," he replied. "Your willingness to share your food and homes with a stranger is quite remarkable." The highlight of the evening was when Zarak attempted to play horseshoes. His multiple tentacles made the game both challenging and hilarious. After several comical attempts, he finally managed to land a horseshoe near the stake, earning cheers from the crowd. As the barbecue wound down, Zarak felt a growing appreciation for these humans. Their ability to find joy in simple activities and their welcoming nature were unlike anything he had experienced before. A few days later, the Wilsons hosted a birthday party for Max. The living room was festooned with balloons and streamers, and the sound of children's laughter filled the air. Zarak stood in the corner, observing the chaotic scene with a mix of confusion and fascination. "Pin the tail on the donkey, what an odd ritual," Zarak mused as he watched the children take turns trying to pin a paper tail on a poster of a donkey while blindfolded. "Would you like to try?" Jenny asked, holding out a blindfold. Zarak hesitated, but then nodded. The children giggled as they blindfolded him and spun him around. His tentacles flailed as he stumbled towards the poster, eventually pinning the tail in the wrong place. The room erupted in laughter, and Zarak couldn't help but join in. Next, they moved to the piñata, a colorful donkey filled with candy. Max handed Zarak the stick, and the children cheered him on. With careful precision, Zarak swung and struck the piñata, sending candy flying everywhere. The children scrambled to collect the sweets, their excitement infectious. Throughout the party, Zarak observed how humans celebrated their milestones with joy and camaraderie. He played musical chairs, awkwardly dancing around the chairs with his tentacles, and even tried his hand at face painting, creating abstract designs that the children found amusing. By the end of the party, Zarak was exhausted but content. He had gained a deeper understanding of human culture and their capacity for joy and celebration. As he helped clean up, he realized that these seemingly trivial activities were integral to the human experience, fostering bonds and creating memories. One afternoon, John invited Zarak to the garage, cluttered with tools and household items. "Today, we're going to work on a DIY project," John said, gesturing to an old bicycle and a collection of parts. Zarak's tentacles twitched with interest. "What do you intend to create?" "A generator," John replied. "We're going to convert this bicycle into a makeshift generator." They began disassembling the bicycle, with John explaining each step. Zarak's analytical mind quickly grasped the concepts, and he marveled at the human's ability to repurpose ordinary objects. As they worked, they encountered several challenges. A stubborn bolt refused to budge, and the wiring seemed too short, but John remained undeterred. "We'll figure it out," he said with a determined smile. Zarak watched as John used various tools and improvised solutions. He was particularly impressed when John fashioned a wrench extension from a piece of pipe to loosen the bolt. "Human ingenuity never ceases to amaze me," Zarak noted. With teamwork and persistence, they eventually assembled the generator. John attached a small light bulb to demonstrate its functionality. "Go ahead, give it a try," he encouraged. Zarak pedaled the bicycle, and to his delight, the light bulb flickered to life. "Remarkable!" he exclaimed, his tentacles quivering with excitement. "Just a small example of what we can do," John said, giving Zarak a pat on the back. This experience further solidified Zarak's admiration for human creativity and problem solving. He realized that humans possessed an innate ability to adapt and innovate, turning even the simplest of materials into something useful. One evening, a sudden storm hit the area, causing a power outage. The Wilsons' home plunged into darkness, and the sound of rain pounding on the roof created an eerie atmosphere. "Stay calm, everyone," Emily said, lighting a candle. "We'll get through this together." Zarak watched as the family sprang into action. John retrieved the generator they had built, while Emily gathered blankets and snacks. The children huddled together, their initial fear giving way to excitement at the adventure. "Let's see if our project works," John said, setting up the generator. Zarak pedaled furiously, and the light bulb flickered on, casting a warm glow in the living room. The children cheered, and Zarak was filled with a sense of triumph. "We nailed it!" Max exclaimed, hugging Zarak. As the storm raged outside, the family and Zarak shared stories and played games by the light of the generator. Emily made hot cocoa on a portable stove, and the children took turns telling spooky stories. Despite the initial crisis, the family's unity and resilience shone through. Zarak was particularly moved by their ability to turn a challenging situation into a bonding experience. He realized that humans had an extraordinary capacity to adapt and find joy even in the face of adversity. By the time the power was restored, Zarak had gained a newfound respect for the human spirit. The experience reinforced his belief that humanity's greatest strength lay in their ability to come together and support each other during difficult times. As Zarak's time on Earth drew to a close, the Wilsons decided to host a farewell dinner in his honor. The dining room was beautifully set, with a table laden with home-cooked meals. The warm, inviting atmosphere was a testament to the bond that had formed between Zarak and the family. "You've taught me so much about humanity," Zarak said, raising a glass of sparkling cider. "Your kindness, creativity, and resilience are truly remarkable." The family smiled, touched by his words. "We're going to miss you, Zarak," Jenny said. her eyes glistening with tears. John carved the roast, and they enjoyed a feast filled with laughter and heartfelt conversations. Zarak shared stories from his home planet, while the Wilsons recounted their favorite memories from his visit. "I never thought I'd say this, but I'll miss your tentacles at the dinner table," Max said, grinning. Zarak's tentacles wiggled in amusement. "And I will miss your boundless energy, Max." As the evening progressed, Zarak felt a deep sense of connection with the family. They had opened their hearts and home to him, treating him not as an alien, but as a friend. It was a powerful reminder of the best qualities of humanity. After dessert, the family presented Zarak with a photo album filled with pictures from his visit. "So you'll always remember your time with us," Emily said softly. Zarak accepted the gift with gratitude, his tentacles gently caressing the album. "I will cherish this forever." The morning of Zarak's departure arrived, and the Wilsons accompanied him to the landing site. The spaceship's hatch was open, ready for him to board. "We'll miss you, Zarak," Jenny said tearfully, hugging him tightly. "I will miss you all as well," Zarak replied, his tentacles wrapping around each family member in turn. John stepped forward. "Take care out there, Zarak, and don't forget to visit us again." "I will do my best," Zarak promised. As he boarded the spaceship, he looked back one last time, committing the image of the Wilsons to memory. The hatch closed, and the engines hummed to life. The spaceship lifted off, leaving the small suburban neighborhood behind. Back on his home planet, Zarak sat down to write his report to the Galactic Confederation. His tentacles moved swiftly over the holographic interface, recounting his experiences with the Wilson family. "Humans are a species unlike any other," he wrote. "Their hospitality, creativity, and resilience are extraordinary. They possess an innate ability to find joy in the simplest of things and to band together in times of crisis. I recommend that we embrace their unique contributions to our galaxy." As he finished the report, Zarak felt a deep satisfaction. His time on Earth had not only broadened his understanding of humanity, but had also left a permanent impression on his heart. With a smile, he sent the report and leaned back, thinking of the Wilsons and the warmth of their home. He knew that, no matter where his travels took him, he would always carry a piece of Earth with him.